that. Oh, Ice Cube.
Yo, Chicago.
Always putting it down here in Chi-Town.
Always feels good.
Look, take a look at what we've had here so far. I mean, Tri-State wins, Trilogy comes up with a win, the Aliens with a win, and the Killer Threes knock off the Triplets. There is no unbeaten in this league. Everyone has suffered an L. Brian Custer alongside the Cat, Cuttino Mobley. Man, what a day we have seen so far as the Killer Threes just knocks off the Triplets.
I mean, they're playing amazing, okay? 4 games in a row. Green is playing out of his mind. You got Frank Nitty came off that calf strain, and he's back to being Nitty. I mean, that's hard to guard right there. But, listen, they deserve that one.
Yeah.
You know, and Triplets play next week, they'll be okay. But right now, they were on the high horse at a minute. So now we got a lot of competition in this league. Tri-State winning. A lot of these teams are fighting to get to the Bahamas.
And so now we've got the three-headed monsters taking on the enemies. And let's start with the three-headed monsters led by Gary Payton. When you look at this team, who's the guy, Cat, when you guys say, we got to stop this guy? Who's the person you look at?
You know, I like the young kid. I like Kevin Murphy. I like him a lot. Reggie's always going to do what he's going to do, and Rashard and Mahmoud. But I like the young kid putting pressure on a lot of people. You know, I didn't know how big he was until I stood next to him. I mean, the kid can do a lot of different things. He shoots from the outside, post up, drive, do pick and rolls. I like him a lot.
So they'll be taking on the enemies, and of course the enemies are led by Gilbert Arenas. But you know, the one thing I think about the enemies, they're long, they've got length, and they've got guys who can really play. From, you know, Elijah Stewart can play. Austin's another guy, but let's start with Stewart.
Yeah, Elijah Stewart, you know, he brings energy coming off the bench. I like that kid. You know, I played with him in the Drew League when I was playing in the Drew. He's very athletic. He can shoot threes. And he, puts the pressure on the defense a lot of the times. You know, and then we have, after Elijah Stewart's coming in, because, you know, Nick Young is kind of getting his feet into the game. He's not really understanding the big threes for real, you know, so much. So, you know, Isaiah Austin, I was in a car with Isaiah Austin, and I couldn't believe that he's actually, he lost his eye when he was younger.
Yeah.
And he's been phenomenal. And watching him, it's just super impressive.
I'll tell you what, that Baylor connection they got has been lethal. As you take a look at the roster for the enemies, Gilbert Arenas, the head coach, Swaggy P, Nick Young, their captain, but, you know, Barry Jones, Elijah Stewart coming off the bench, Isaiah Austin, I mean, and Jordan Hill, a lot of length, and those big men can shoot it too.
Yeah, you know, I like it that they're big, but I just need more of a point guard on their team to be able to direct them. And if Gilbert was healthy, to go be out there, because he has a lot of top-heavy guys, you know what I mean? You got a lot of 6'10", 7-foot guys out there. So you need that guard to be able to put them in the right place.
There's Gilbert Arenas, of course, played for the enemies last season, but now he's their head coach, replacing Rick Mahorn. And in that Mamacita, their hoodie, representing the late, great Kobe Bryant and his wife, of course, down at the Mamacita Foundation there. And here comes Reggie Evans and the three-headed monsters. Again, this is a team who at 3-2 need a victory. The top 4 teams make the playoffs, and you got a number of teams bunched up there at 4-2.
Yeah, we took a slipper. You know, when you watch the three-headed monsters at the moment, you know, they took a tough one the game playing the Triplets. You know, I think they can get this one. They played the three-headed monsters basketball. You know, of course, Gary Payton's going to get as much as he can out of these guys. But I'm looking to see a really good game by Kevin Murphy. And you know, we're going to have Reggie Evans just do what he did and swallow up the rebounds.
Here's the key rules. If you're new to the Big Three, brought to you by Verizon. Listen, the first team to 50 wins this game. First team to 25, we go to the half. There's no game clock, but there is a 14-second shot clock. You cannot mess around. And I say it time and time again, the 4-point shot can be a difference maker in this game. And you see Gary Payton, the Hall of Famer, dapping up Gilbert Arenas. The glove in his 4th season as the head coach of the three-headed monsters. Make sure, folks, you play Big Three Fantasy, and it's only on the Super Draft app. And you can win a trip to the Big Three Finals in the Bahamas. Just use the code BIG3 for an instant $30 deposit match. Three-headed monsters. They're 3-2. Enemies, 1-4. This is an important game for the three-headed monsters, and even for the enemies. If they even want to stay in contention, they've got to keep winning. But the monsters can't slip. Well, Rashard Lewis, Gary Payton, teammates in Seattle.
Seattle was a great city. It's a great city. When the Sonics were there, I love going up and playing in Seattle.
Think the NBA would ever have another franchise?
I hope they do. I hope they do. You know, great food. You know, it rained a lot. It rained a lot, but I love Seattle. Seattle's really a pretty city.
Monsters and enemies going at it here in Chi-Town. Murph. The Sweet Lou. Contested. And how about Rashard Lewis?
That's a great shot.
Wow.
And he got fouled.
And he got fouled.
And he got fouled.
2-0, three-headed monsters. Here's Stewart. That's good. Rocking the fro is Stewart.
These young guys with these sidestep threes, so hard to guard.
I would have loved to see you and Stevie Francis doing these sidestep threes back in y'all. As many points as y'all were putting up. Here's Murph.
Great turnaround by Murph. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive. They're not playing him really hard off the pick and rolls.
4-3 to score.
This is big. Those are transition threes. I call them transition threes, where the big is getting the ball and the guard's running up his back just to get the bucket.
Here's Reggie. That's money inside.
Isaiah have to be careful because Reggie's aggressive.
He steps back, shoots the three, no good.
Transition three, see that transition three right there. Rashard's bringing it out. Murphy's racing.
Trying to go inside to Reggie Evans. They're going to call that one on Jordan Hill. Oh, Perry Jones, I'm sorry. Here's Reg. Nearly threw it away. Oh, Sean Lewis knocks down the three.
Sweet Lou.
Man. 7-0 run by the three-headed monsters. Runner.
Stewart's looking to be really aggressive in the beginning.
Back inside to Reggie. He'll go to work on Austin. Oh, great move.
How about that?
Man, what the footwork.
Was
Nice.
that Kevin McHale?
Oh, yes, you're
Kevin
right.
McHale?
You're right.
Wow.
You're right. Austin with the left hand and counting.
This kid, Isaac Austin, he's amazing. He's amazing. Has guard skills, can bring a big out, post up, dribble.
Big finish to and one. Here's Reggie. Drives. They say he stepped out of bounds. Stewart lost it. Oh, rejected.
Is that Elijah Stewart who did that?
Man, the
Wow.
bounce on Elijah Stewart.
Pogo stick, huh?
Yeah. Reggie follows up his own miss.
You got to match his energy. You got to match his energy, and that's what I'm saying. With Isaiah, he just don't understand that Reggie's he's a dog. He's going to keep
That is
biting.
a bull, huh?
He's going to keep biting you. He's going to keep fighting.
Reggie shooting 1 for 2. (13 to 5). Early score here by the three-headed monsters. Rashard Lewis from deep. It's the Big Three here on Triller and Fight TV. Hey folks, take a look at that. That's the Bahamas. That's where me and the cat will be in just a few weeks.
I'm loving it.
On the beach, bathing suits.
I'll be in the water.
Little tequila. You want to be a part of the postseason? Hey, the Big Three playoffs and the championships are there in the Bahamas. The tickets are on sale. You can get them. Big3.com/tickets. And we will see you at the end of the month in the Bahamas. You can see them. The playoffs and the championship on CBS. And a walk by Isaiah Austin. They'll call that foul on Stewart.
See, that's what killed us. You can't keep fouling silly fouls because you get the team in a bonus. And even if the team's not a great shooting team, they get to the free throw line and get the ball back.
And that's why it's crucial to make those free throws.
Yeah.
Especially in that bonus, because you just keep getting possessions.
Ball back.
They call a technical on Isaiah Austin. He's already had a frustrating evening. Ten-point lead now for the Monsters. They keep the rock.
This is really key for the enemies. They need more of a point guard to settle them down because they have bigs, and they got bigs that can shoot the ball. So you need a point guard to be able to settle them down when the Isaac Austins of the world are a little frustrated in different situations.
Monsters on a 13-2 run. Larry Jones. Enemies needed that. Here's Murph. That three's too strong. Stewart. And they'll go to the line.
You know, when he's coming at you full speed like that, and the kid can jump, Elijah Stewart can jump.
Lead is 8. Good ball fake by Murph. Inside to Reggie. That's Mouse in the house. Reggie's got 8.
He's a handful, huh?
Ooh, man, I tell you, he's a bull down there. And you talked about his energy, too.
Always had that energy.
Murphy. Five on the shot clock. Jones from the baseline, in and out. Rashard Lewis, silky smooth.
I always loved his game. 6'10", can shoot the ball, post up. He's always a matchup problem.
Here's Stewart. That one rolls off. Reg banks it off the glass.
Okay, you got a little Kevin McHale in him right now.
And the three-headed monsters, folks, are rolling.
He's showing a lot of offense in the Big Three. We played in the NBA. He was getting us rebounds and extra points. I'm loving this offensive juggernaut of Reggie Evans.
Yeah. That's what makes him even tougher, because he's known to hit the offensive glass, scrap, as you talk about those 50-50 balls. But when he starts scoring like that, man. And here's Austin, and then Reg right back. That was beautiful.
He's patient, too. He's very patient.
See the leading scorers. Monsters. Murphy is led the way with 20. Reggie Evans right there in double figures with 10. Here's Austin back in the lineup.
I mean, just look how he's 7-footer dribbling the ball like that. I would just love to see him a little more calm when things don't go his way.
Murph to Reggie. He wants to go one-on-one with Jordan Hill. 2, got to get it up. That almost went in.
I would like to see a better shot by the enemies, and I think right now the best offensive player on the floor will be Isaac Austin. So let's try to get him the ball, get him some easy buckets.
He's got the rock now. Spins in the lane. Called it.
Right now you have to understand the team that they have on the floor. He's more of the point guard, so he has to be aggressive offensively. Get in his sweet spots. I like his sweet spots at 15 feet from the basket.
Here's Murph. Good. And we go to the half. The three-headed monsters up 12. At the half, here in Chicago, three-headed monsters, the enemies, and it's the monsters with a double-digit lead. In Chicago, Big Three at the half. Three-headed monsters, 12-point lead over the enemies. Brian Custer alongside the captain of the power squad, Cuttino Mobley. And you look at that first half, dominated by the three-headed monsters. You want to talk about energy. How about Reggie Evans? You know how much energy he brings, but the scoring punch.
You know, Reggie he sets the tempo. You know, he's aggressive from the very beginning, and that's what you have to do. You have to set the tempo, not only to your teammates, the referees, and the opposing team. And when you see Reggie Evans, everybody knows Reggie Evans is going to come and ready. So, you know, listen, Isaiah is his first time playing against Reggie. And Reggie's he's a bull. He's a bull down there, and he's going to beat you up. And, you know, even when he doesn't have the ball, he's going to get the ball, offensive rebound, things like that. So when you have a Reggie Evans out there on your team, you have a chance.
5 of 6 from the field. He's got 13 points. He's the leading scorer in this game, and he's with John Salley.
Reggie, you up here doing it, playing very intense. I'm telling you, your jersey's going to be a hot seller. Your daughter's over there with glasses like they ready to beat somebody up.
Yeah, you know, we got to make a comeback. You know, we played Thursday, we lost. I'm just happy we were able to play 2 days later. That way we can kind of get that out of our system and bounce back today.
Yeah, you look pretty upset leaving the other day.
Yeah, very upset. That's the competitive nature kick in. That show fans, that show a lot of people that we care about this game a lot, you know.
Knock it out. See you later.
Mike Bibby looking like a superhero.
Yeah, he is. Mike Bibby challenges the fans from a 4-point shot at the half.
One of my favorite teammates.
And he was stroking them today. So here's the enemies down 12 to start the second half.
You see the enemies right now, they need more of a point guard to come in there and help them. See situations like this.
Just like that.
You have to control the game. And you have 3 guys that have never played the point. You know, or at least a big guard like a Murphy, you know, where you can settle the guys up.
Reggie rolls, good knock away by Jordan Hill, but Murphy got it back, shoots an air ball.
I mean, they do have length, right? So now you have to decide where you're going to start your offense at. Are you going to start it from the elbow? Are you going to start it from the post? Even if you bring it up at the top, because you guys are so big. So by my eyes, if I'm Austin, right there. If I'm, oh wow. If I'm Austin, I'm trying to stay as close to the basket as possible for Murphy. Don't bail him out.
And he's trying to say, listen, I just turned.
Oh yeah, he just turned. The kid stuck his face in there.
Gilbert Arenas wanted to challenge, but you can't challenge it.
Reggie with a little sneaky nudge. Right into the hips. Good vet play. Good vet play.
Austin misses that 3, got his own miss, and puts it back up and in.
Again, I would love to see Austin closer to the basket on Murphy.
Here's Murph. Tried to throw it in to Reggie Evans, throws it away. Jerry Jones open 3.
Staying active, staying engaged in the game. You know, Austin is younger right now, so you have to understand every possession counts, especially in the big 3.
That baseline jumper no good by Lewis. Hill knocks down the shot.
You have to build off this momentum. You know, it's like they're in between. Do they believe you can win, or can we win, right?
8-2 run by the enemies. Good
steal.
steal.
Giving them a little problem with the length at the moment. Now all they need is a little bit of organization offensively.
10-2 run by the enemies. 6-point lead. Murphy with the 3. He's got 11. Austin and 1. Hey, don't forget, enter the big 3. Bring the fire promotion. Got a chance to win weekly cash prizes, a trip to the Big 3 Championship in the Bahamas. Scan that QR code now or text 500 75303 to sign up for text and enter. Hey, the enemies are coming back here, folks. Lead is just 6.
It's a slow grind. You don't want those slow grind, because 3-headed monsters are playing to the energy, playing the score.
Perry Jones tried the 4.
Tricky thing about this is they got themselves back in the game, but now, like I said, I keep harping on it. You need that point guard to make it closer, because now what you do is you put the pressure on the three-headed monsters, right? You put the pressure on them and you flip it. So now it's 28-24 now, 28-26. Makes it a lot more interesting. The pressure's now on three-headed monsters. Jordan Hill with a nice little turnaround.
Lead is 4. They're chipping. And another turnover.
Murphy has to be aggressive off the pick and rolls, but again, that length, he don't know if they can recover fast enough, so he's trying to get Reggie the ball. Now Reggie's actually the shortest big on the floor.
You saw Gary Payton, he needs a hug. 15-5 the run since they were trailing by 14 at the enemies. Look at that move. All of a sudden, it's just 2. And Gary Payton, look.
You have to stick with this GP. He wants to get out there. He wants to get out there so bad.
Here's Reggie Evans. That shot blocked by Austin. Sean Lewis. And they call that foul on Jordan Hill.
How did they get the ball back? They just scored. How did they get the ball?
Gilbert Arenas wants an explanation.
They don't get the ball, though. That's the thing. Exactly. Does
That's
not
what
get the
Gilbert
ball
Arenas says. Why are they getting the ball back?
Winner of the Big 3 Bahamas Finals in the Bahama Limelight Super Draft. Official fantasy partner of the Big 3. Go to big3superdraft.com for more details.
Well, Isaiah Austin has gotten the enemies back in this one.
You know, I like him in his kill spot. Anything 15 feet in him when you're getting like that, you know, Isaiah's a problem. I don't like him tipping with the ball you know, at the three-point line. I think he's bailing a lot of those guys out, especially when they're smaller than him. I like him 15 feet from 12 feet from the basket to be able to just, you know, turn and shoot, raise over. Gilbert's right. Gilbert's right. You don't get the ball back. I don't understand that one.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, but the Monsters got it back. Lewis misses that 3.
Well, good thing is they didn't score off of that one.
Enemies down 4. Here's Jordan Hill.
Now I need Austin's energy to pick up at the moment. This is where the kill spot's down.
Here's the push.
If you watch when Jones or Hill has the ball on a rebound and they go to clear it, Isaac Austin at the moment standing. I don't know if he's tired or does he understand that, you know, sometimes you got to run like a guard over to get the ball, set a screen, even if they switch. Now you're getting yourself closer to the basket to make it easier shot.
Eight points now for Reggie. Here's Austin working on Lewis.
See, there's a little bit of confusion. Got to score here.
Jordan Hill missed the follow.
I think. Gary's going to bring
Gary
the fire.
Payton wants to bring the fire. Presented by Taco Bell.
It's about that time to bring the fire. Brought to you by Taco Bell. 1-on-1.
So Reggie Evans, Jordan Hill will go one-on-one.
It's all.
Look at the defense by Reggie. And he went. You have to step inside that three-point line, but you can't come back out.
Reggie can't, he can't crowd him. Yep, that's true. That's true. That's true. The
Defense
offensive
wins.
player cannot step back, but the defensive player cannot crowd the offensive player to the three-point line.
There's a block. Here's Reggie. Fade away. Good.
Reggie's feeling it.
He is. He's got 15.
Basketball, the game is so mental. You know, down 2, down 4, before you know it, a couple of calls, they could be down 8, 10, 12.
Austin lost it. Reggie, the drive. Elijah Stewart's going to check back in. Jordan Hill will have a seat. And here's Reggie Evans shooting 1 for 2. (8-0) run by the three-headed monsters. First team to 50 wins.
This is where I like him at.
That one rolled out.
I'm okay with that miss.
Reggie. And he'll go back to the line. And I think Austin took a shot to the mouth. This is why this game is crucial. The triplets take a loss. Trilogy got a win. So did Tri-State, Ghost Ballers, and the Killer Threes, and the three-headed monsters trying to keep pace. Top 4 teams make the playoffs. And Austin's still holding his jaw. Gilbert Arenas wants to know why it wasn't an offensive foul.
I think Isaac Austin's really hurt. Looks like his jaw.
Reggie misses that free throw. Kevin Murphy called for the hold. Oh, good take by Elijah Stewart.
Took a page out of Leandro Barbosa's book.
Yeah, it did.
Whoa.
You're right. Murphy, Euro stepping. Lead is 10. Memphis 13.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now.
10-point lead for the Monsters. In Chicago, 10-point lead for the three-headed Monsters, who are led by the Hall of Famer, the Glove, Gary Payton.
You know, GP used to have like kind of like Magic's summer games in LA. GP would have one. He had one in Seattle, and it was phenomenal. Myself, Vince Carter, Paul Pierce, a lot of us were at it. I was, you know, a little bummed that it stopped, and this was our rookie, our first and second year. And, you know, I'm in awe, of course. You watch the Glove, he's a Hall of Famer, and at the time, you know, he's still playing. I just, the energy that GP possesses, especially when I was younger, it's just something you never forget.
You can see that through his team, as Austin, he's got 15. Turnover. And Stu will go to the line. And the enemies just will not go away. Nine points for Stu. Here's Kim Murphy. Good drive.
Great drive.
His 15-point. Monsters now 10 points away from victory. Oh, Stewart saved it.
Well, you got a 7-footer. He can erase a couple of mistakes.
He can. But they call goaltending.
They're not giving Gilbert nothing he wants.
Gilbert wants to challenge that. Let's see. So the enemies challenging that goaltending. Another look. Probably need a look from up top.
Quarter going up.
They unsuccessful.
Okay.
They get the goaltending and the bucket.
Well, I have a lazy eye, so I don't know. Oh, man. Gilbert's having a tough time right now.
He is, huh?
Tough time. You got,
Oh, boy.
you got two of the top point guards ever to play the. Oh wow, come on.
And Austin throws the headband, and it has been one of those nights
Yeah, it's one of those nights.
for Austin, his second technical.
You got to be able to calm his emotions. We don't want people to see that.
And Isaiah will have to leave. And he's going to give the refs
Peace of
an
his
earful.
mind.
Yeah, might as well. You're getting kicked out.
Get your money's worth, huh?
Right.
Go ahead, get your money's worth. Oh boy. Okay.
Murph misses that first free throw.
The Reg know how to play. Okay. Reg he plays like a bull, but if that little nudge that everybody does, he sold it. Isaiah just got to be a little bit more patient, a little more mature. It's his first year.
And Murphy missed every free throw. You could basically have this game almost over.
Yeah. He feel like staying.
That one's short. Stewart for three.
He's worked on his jump shot a lot in the past few years. Nice pick by Rashard Lewis.
Stewart hustling defensively.
Good defense. Good defense.
One on the shot clock. Good D by the enemies.
I like that energy. That has to be consistent, though. You give yourself a chance if it's consistent. This defense here by Jones. Slippery ball, I guess, huh?
Hey, I tell you what, the three-headed monsters are trying to keep them in it, giving them every opportunity. If they could knock down shots,
Exactly.
this game could be real interesting right now.
You know, the killer threes did a lot of that with Josh Powell. He wouldn't shoot a three, but just right inside the three. And I think that's what Jones can do and Hill can do. Great pull-up by Kevin Murphy.
Murphy's got 17. Monsters 6 points away from victory. Stewart for four. Good.
They just trying to stay in this one, huh?
They are. 16 for Stewart.
They don't feel like laying down. That's right. That's not going to get you right there.
Good block by Reggie Evans.
Great block.
Here's Stewart.
4 is easier. 4 is easier. 15-foot is not that easy.
Right. Reg with 5.
I love to see Reg ISO. I love it. I love it. Clear. Clear.
Good rip. Stewart for 3. Count.
What you want to do, you don't want to rush these.
So Elijah Stewart will go to the top of the key and shoot 1 for 3.
I hate those when a guy comes, not purposely, you know, but when a guy comes underneath your legs and you're mostly concentrating on landing opposed to your shot. That was a lazy shot right there.
Yeah.
Pick it up a little bit.
Murphy. Gary Payton's going to call a timeout. He wants them to set something up.
When you see that dimple on the right side of his face,
That means it means he's perturbed.
that dimple on the right side of the face, that little smirk. I don't want to see that if I'm one of his players.
You're right. Kevin Murphy's been the story for the three-headed monsters here. He's led the way scoring.
Yeah, Kevin Murphy, listen, he gets to his spot. He's a big guard. I love his pull-up. He keeps the control of the game right now. I think they're a little bored, and Kev is like trying to pick it up for him. You know, where the enemies, they're inconsistent as far as their energy level. So, and I see Kevin talking to himself and talking to his teammates to try to keep them uplifted while they cruise on over. Hopefully with this W.
You see what Murph is doing, 3rd and scoring. You know, with a victory, three-headed monsters will really match their win total from the entire 2019 season where they finished 4-4. Reg misses that one, got his own board, goes right back up, puts it in.
You gotta love his energy. You gotta.
Reg has got 19. Jones inside. Stewart lays it in.
It's a nice pass.
Yep. Well, the Monsters could win it with a 4.
Please don't speak about force. That's how we lost. Oh my goodness.
Andre Owens.
It hurts sitting over there watching.
Andre Owens, 2nd straight game. He's won it with a 4.
It is point game for the three-headed monsters. 4-point shot sealed the field.
Got a malfunctioning clock. Here's Murph. Good drive. No. Reggie Evans, the follow. He'll go to the line.
Murph attacks that rim. He's got to pull up. I love his game.
Gilbert Arenas doesn't like that foul call.
I love it. Gilbert is smart. Gilbert is smart.
He wants to bring the fire. Brought to you by Taco Bell. So Murphy will go one-on-one with Elijah Stewart. Here's Reggie. Spins, left hand, good. Good move by Reggie Evans, uses his size, the body. And so now, because they're in the penalty, they get possession of the basketball again. Monsters can win it. Murph. Nearly stolen. Stewart attacks. And they call that foul on Rashard Lewis.
A lot of teams can be 4-2, huh?
Yeah, you'll have a whole log jam at 4-2.
It's tough to swallow for me.
That was a really tough loss.
It's tough to swallow for me. These past few weeks has been injury. They rebound.
Here's Murphy. Fakes, throws it up, no. Reggie, no. And the enemies will have the basketball.
Maybe he's looking for some contact.
I
That's what it
guess.
was. Reg's looking for some contact.
Got it from his own teammate.
He's swinging them arms, boy. He hurt you.
Yeah. Stewart, good.
Point game, three-headed monsters.
Once again, Monsters can win it. Up 7. Here's Rashard Lewis, the captain.
Baseline.
Ball fake. Let's go home. Let's go home. Rashard Lewis says game. So the Monsters, another one of those teams log jammed at 4-2. Enemies will fall to 1-5. Rashard Lewis with the game winner. 50-43 is the final. Final game coming up. Elijah Austin got ejected. And the three-headed Monsters keep rolling. They're 4-2. Final game when we come back.